Hey everybody, Tom Barnes, Stories from the 78, right here downtown Chicago, Michigan Avenue. And you have the Art Institute right at Russian Tea Time. This place has been around for 30 years, celebrating 30 years on September 6th. I'm going to talk to Enesh, who is one of the owners of this lovely place. And we're going to get the scoop on the traditional tea time right here in Chicago. So let's go inside and have a look. All right, so it's just about dinner time here at Russian Tea Time, and I'm here with my friend Enesh. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm lovely. So this has been a family business for years, but it's now your family business. But I think the more interesting story is how it became your family business, because it kind of changed from one family to another, right?
Yes. So Russian Tea Time was founded in 1993 by a family from Central Asia, Klara Muchnik and her son Vadim Muchnik. And then she was doing a catering back home. She was catering events of like 200, 300, like hundreds of people. And she had a passion for cooking. And when they immigrated to Chicago in early 90s, they decided to open up a restaurant, which was Russian Tea Time. And her hard work and dedication grew Russian Tea Time into one of Chicago's culinary landmarks.
It really is. It's such a wonderful spot right in the middle of downtown here.
Yes, it's so iconic, and we're so closely located to the Chicago Symphony and Art Institute and nearby theaters. And we've been a favorite spot for local Chicagoans and the foreigners. And yes, in 2018, we found out that Russian Tea Time was up for sale. And then we met the owners and we became very close friends. Then we were partners for 1 year.
Because you were going to school at DePaul at the time, right? And you were eating here.
Whenever I missed the taste of home, yes.
Yeah, so
exactly.
like that was just serendipitous. It was just for your love of this restaurant.
Yes, I missed the dumplings, the pelmenis, I like the blinchikis, and it was just an escape from the everyday life.
Sure.
And yes, whenever I missed the taste of home, I was here. And when I found out that it was up for sale, and my family was very interested in it, and then we were partners for a year until we fully acquired the remaining shares.
And here we are today. You guys have survived the pandemic, which is fantastic. Downtown, people are starting to come back downtown.
Yes.
The Art Institute's booming. It's a busy weekend here in Chicago, and dinner time's filling up behind us. But run through the experience that people can expect when they come here from the tea time, because you brought out a whole plethora of food, which was unbelievable, to like the main course, which was stroganoff and chicken Kiev and all that stuff. So run through those things for me, because I think it's something that we need to highlight for sure.
Yes, and we check every single box. We're an occasion place. People can come here and celebrate engagements, weddings, graduations, birthdays. We have caviar, which you've tried, the one from Uruguay.
With the little pancakes.
Yes, the blinis, they're amazing. We also have the tea service, which is another top seller. So we try to provide people an experience, like traditional experience. Our name is Russian Tea Time. Don't let the name fool you. It's not only tea. We have amazing infused vodkas. We have very diverse selection of wines, led by Georgian selection, which is not a lot of people are familiar with, but it's very well known in the post-Soviet region.
Sure.
And the tea service that you've tried, it's also very popular. People come for tea parties. And we try to, with all of the menus, we try to stick to traditional recipes as much as we can, but we also add a little bit of modern twist to it. So it's liked by people that live in Chicago. And yes, we try to sell an experience, and tea is a very big part of the post-Soviet culture, given the extremely cold climate and also very heavy oil-based meals. Tea is an intricate part of the culture, and that's why we have 30 different types of teas.
Right, you can smell them before you even try them out. You can smell
have a
just
tea
the
tray.
tea. Yeah,
Yes,
that's wonderful.
Yes, a lot of people are not familiar with how many different types of teas are there. It's like a wine world.
Yeah.
There are green tea, black tea, herbal tea, decaf teas, and tisanes. We have all of it.
And then the tower that you have for the tea experience. What's the types of foods that you have in there?
We have 3 different plates, and it also comes with a pot of tea. And the first tier has 2 scones and crepes. And we have a little bit of Soviet twist in it. We have on top of cream and jam, which is classic. We also have salmon roe, Some people call it red caviar. On the second plate, we have mini sandwiches. There are some classic ones, which are cream cheese and cucumber. But we also have chicken cranberry. We have smoked salmon. We have chicken, and then we have the beet crepe with cabbage and carrots. And on the third tier, we have mini sweets, which are also made in the house.
Ah, yes. And then you also have the dish, the vegetarian dish with the hummus and the other things that you mentioned.
All of those things are also made in the house. It's just the taster platter for everything that we have in the house. And traditionally in the post-Soviet region, you always have salads on the side. As sides, and so that's the starter plate. So when people are not familiar with our cuisine, that's what they can start with.
That's fantastic. And then the decor itself in the restaurant, very traditional for restaurants like this to serve this type of food, right?
Yes, so in 2019, when my family acquired the restaurant, that was one of the conditions that we're going to make a major renovation. And it was very difficult, it was very fine line not to lose the authentic traditional side, but also make it more modern. And I think we found that fine balance.
You did, it's beautiful.
It has, we have two rooms. The first room, the main dining room, is in very like royal Tsar Russian, like the burgundy curtains, the deep like gold and the deep green color. And the back room is more of the post-Soviet era, which has the Soviet propaganda posters on the walls. It's like for a lot of people, it's like coming to the museum. And they just walk around, look at those posters, take pictures.
Yeah, people have been doing that since I've been here, and it's such a wonderful experience. The staff is lovely. The food is amazing. I really enjoyed everything that we tried. It was really fantastic.
Thank you.
The assortment of, I didn't, like you said, I knew there was a lot of tea, but the varieties that you have are really great, and they're from just different places, and it just tastes, it's just a wonderful experience.
Thank you so much. That's what we try to do. We try to amaze and surprise people with new additions. Like people have been coming here since 1993.
Yeah.
A lot of people came here with 10, and now they come back for like, oh, I'm graduating college. This is where my parents brought me. And we try to keep and refresh the menu so they don't have to come back for the same things every time.
Right. Yeah, that's great. And I mean, you got to know what you're doing this close to Michigan Avenue and right here in downtown Chicago. And what's the best way for people to come in? Is it off the street? Should they walk in, make reservations, or how would you recommend?
I would recommend, so summer we are a little slow, so we accept all the walk-ins. We do the best not to turn anyone down, like, or we try to find seats for everybody. We have bar seats. I would recommend reservations, especially if you have a large party, but we do accept walk-ins as well.
And say your full name for me, because I think it's a beautiful name, and I didn't want to butcher it with my Chicago accent.
No, not at all. My name is Enesh Mantyyeva.
Enesh, thank you so much. I appreciate the time and the generosity and the hospitality since we've been here.
Tom. It was a pleasure. I hope to see you here again soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that is Russian Tea Time right here in the Loop, downtown Chicago. As you can see, you got the Art Institute right behind me. And then you also got the train with, the 9 different trains that ride through the Loop, tombarnishchicago@gmail.com. If you have a story from the 78 or head over to the website, storiesfromthe78.com. All right, we'll see you later.